So when you're trying to launch a website, I'm going to walk through this process right here. You're going to make sure that everything is on the production. In this case, it was on staging. So what I did was I hit copy environment, staging to production, all database tables and file, hit review and confirm. Then when that's done, you hit OK on the next page. When that's done, everything will be on the production side, which is the live area. So we come to the domains, and then what we're going to do is go over here and we're going to log in to GoDaddy first. So I'm going to take their information, and hopefully they don't have two-factor turned on, and they do. Okay, so let me go grab this real quick. I'm going to do probably an SMS, and I'll be right back. Okay, so once we're logged in to GoDaddy, you'll see the domains that are in here. We don't need to do anything with this because WPEngine is going to do it automatically. So all you have to do is log into GoDaddy. Then you come back over to WPEngine and go to the domains tab. And I'm going to jump back over here and just copy that. And so once you have all that, go to the domains, and you're going to click on add domain. You're going to put the domain in there. Sometimes I'll go and grab it from the live site just so I know I spelled it right. And then I've purchased this domain. Hit next. It's going to recognize that it's in GoDaddy. Okay, the reason I have you log in to GoDaddy first is because it'll just make this process a lot easier. So, you know, we had to go through the code and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're logged in first. Leave these checked, and then set asset sales as the primary domain for traffic, the WordPress admin. I've read and agreed. You're gonna hit log into GoDaddy. You're already logged in, so it's going to switch over to this page because we're already logged in as Cory. It's going to say we want to connect the DNS. Hit connect. It's successful. So what I do at this point is I come back to the domains area and make sure that the primary is here. And there's two other things you need to do. So asset sales, this button right here, this is the upgrade network. Click on that, hit enable, log in with GoDaddy. It's going to bring you back to this screen. You're going to hit connect. And now you'll see this is in progress. Now you also need to do this for the www version. So come down here and click upgrade network. Enable now. And it's going to log in to GoDaddy again. Hit connect. Successful. It'll bring you back here. So now you will see that assetsales.com and www is in progress. Propagation can take up to an hour. Usually doesn't take that long. So one thing that I do here is I make sure that the SSL certificate is ordered. I'm going to go ahead and add a certificate. Get free. So secure all URLs. You usually don't have to do anything, but I'm also going to add one. So it looks like the primary is already pending, which was part of that domain setup. I'm going to get one for the www as well, so it doesn't cause any issues. So we want both of these to be on here, non-www and www. Then I'm going to go to phpMyAdmin. And I'm going to come down here to WP options. Okay, and so it's already set the site URL and the home URL as part of that process. So you probably don't need to come in here, but you just want to check that the WP options has switched over to these. And if not, what you do is just double click in here and you're going to replace that. So just make sure that the HTTPS :/ and then no slash at the end, so just mimic what the site and home URL, those need to match, or it's going to cause issues with the WordPress install. And once these SSL, okay, that one's enabled. Once these get ordered, installed, launched, etc., then everything should be good to go. Okay, so we got this lightning bolt, which means domain is running at optimal efficiency. These are good. So the last thing we need to do is come in here and do a redirect to the primary. Click on this, redirect to the primary, and another redirect to the primary. So now you see that all these domains are redirecting to the core domain, and everything is running in optimal efficiency. The phpMyAdmin had the home and site URL, and then the most important thing is after it goes live, we need to make sure that that checkbox is unchecked on the let's go ahead and see if it's launched. Let me make sure the checkbox is unchecked for the reading area of indexing. Okay, so it logged us in, so it looks like it's seeing it already. It actually is pretty quick. So go to settings and reading, this checkbox right here, search engine visibility, uncheck that, save, and then we're going to reactivate these licenses. So switch account, it's going to ask you to log in, or you're already logged in, you just click activate. And then in here for plugins, we want to activate licenses so we can get updates and things. So I have a document on my computer called Astra licenses. It actually makes this really easy. So I have this document. It's got I don't know what all that stuff is. Okay, so we've got this stuff up here. So all you do is grab this, and it just makes it really easy for plugging this stuff in. Same thing with the plugins. We'll come back to over here. Which ones? Elementor. That's hooked up. Okay, so I don't think anything else. Let's see, connect your account. Okay, we're gonna do update for. I can just go here, update, and we're gonna try to update all of them. If it says critical error, yeah, if it says update failed, critical error, that's okay. It's not gonna like tank the site. Just click on plugins again, and what you'll need to do is actually just do one by one. So update, no thanks. Update, no thanks. No thanks. I don't know why this is a glitch, but sometimes it happens. See, that one had a glitch. Maybe I did it too fast. Update there. So it's kind of it's a little bug they got going on, but anyway. And then I come up here to this icon, and I'll just update all the themes that are available. I want to make sure all these updates are good to go, and then we'll come into WPEngine, go to caching, we'll clear the caches, and then I'll also come over for good measure and reset the file permissions under site settings. And that is pretty much all you need to do, and just keep updating these plugins until it tells you there's no more updates like this. So should be good to go. Sometimes when you clear the cache, it recognizes another update, so just keep updating until it's done. And now we have the site launched. We'll go to the front end, we'll make sure all these things are in place, and then the only other thing is if there are issues with the WPEngine URL, which is this right here. But I think they've built this into their process now. So what I used to do was I would add a plugin called Better Search Replace, and it's usually the first one because it's pretty popular, over 1 million active installs. It's under Tools, Better Search Replace. So what you do here is we are going to find the WPEngine URL and replace it with this. Now this is really important that these match exactly as they are. So what I'll do is I'll add the http:// in the front, and then the HTTP, they have to match. Or if you're trying to change, HTTP, actually this one will need to be HTTPS. So if it's going to search for this and replace it with this, make sure there's no, if there's a slash, there's a slash, but they need to match on the end as well. So it's going to find this domain here. Well, it's going to find that whole string, this string, and replace with that string. And then you come in here and I do Apple or Command A, which will select all. Or you can, click, hold Shift, hold the Command key, but I just do Command All or Command A. Now leave this checked, run as dry run, and it will run super fast because WPEngine is awesome. This used to take forever. Let's see. Okay, so it says 0 cells were found that need to be updated. So I'm going to take this off because it's going to search for the exact thing you put in here. So I'm going to hit run, run again. See if it'll find that anywhere. And if adding the domain did its job, then this should be what we see, 0 cells. Now sometimes it'll say 3 cells, 4 cells, 5 cells. I've had it say, 2,787, cells, some crazy high number. So if it does say that needs to be updated, just make sure that these two are correct as you intended them to be. Matching, has to be what you want it to be replaced with, or break the site. Uncheck this box and then hit run search replace again, and it will go through and search for this and replace for that. Very simple. That's the last step. Elementor also has a tool that does find and replace, so I'm going to do that here as well, just for good measure, because sometimes it doesn't get the URL. So we're going to do that. To and from. Okay, so it doesn't like that. We have to do this. So now we go through 0 rows. Okay, good. Let's see if for some reason 0 rows. Okay, so all good there. Not. So that's pretty much it. Conclude there, and then after you use this plugin, you can go ahead and delete it. And then this site is fully launched. The only exception would be if you set up reCAPTCHA on a contact form and you did not add this domain when you were setting up the CAPTCHA originally, then this will not show up. You won't be able to check it. It'll say CAPTCHA configured incorrectly because this domain was not added to that reCAPTCHA at the time. So that is from start to finish how to launch your website on WPEngine, hooking up the domain, getting it live, running at optimal efficiency, and yeah, there you go, perfectly launched.